Open up a bottle of wine. It's Carlene, and this is my channel, See with C. And tonight, it's the Monday meetup, where every Monday we go live, or you get some sort of content. And today we are live from Explorer One. And sorry, I'm not giving y'all a more scenic view. I don't trust myself to wander around the ship and give you all a quality feed. I also should have opened up this bottle before starting this live stream, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So get on in here and let's chat about all things Explore. I am doing a 7-day sailing, so I feel like I've gotten the full gist of everything the ship has, the ship has to offer. And I am not in the cold, so shout out to all of you who are bearing these cold temps in the Northeast. It seems like half our country is impacted by snow. Sorry, I need to get this off the table, don't I? So get on in here, waiting for some folks. Oh, we got our first person in here. I do have my microphone on, don't I? Yes. My cruising family saying hello. Hi, Gina's World. Happy Monday at sea. Yes, happy Monday. So the Monday meetup, I don't know, have I ever done a Monday meetup at sea? I think the last one I've done was maybe Star of the Seas. I think that was the last Monday meetup at sea I did. Hey, Kid Hill, welcome in. I saw your post in the ultimate solo group cruise, counting down those vacation days. I'm excited. That one is slowly coming up on us. Y'all, I gotta be careful because these floors are like, what are they? These floors are like this gray color. Actually, I can probably take you around my cabin. Hold on, let me pour me a little bit of this. Let's take you around the cabin. I went for dinner in the Emporium, which is their version of what is it called? The Emporium is their version of a buffet. And literally was gone. I took a wonderful shower, was gone, and came back, and he had already redid my room already again. So I can show you all what it's like. Let's go to the door. Let's turn you around, and then we'll get into some hellos. So Explorer is all suites. So here, digital thermostat. I'm wondering if an old MSC card will work there. On the go yellow, Kiki following everybody around. I have the D&D sign on, so we can have an uninterrupted live stream. We have, which I appreciate because my room doesn't end up looking like a crazy person. Oh, don't look at my bra. Let me cover that up. Okay. No. All right. My brassiere is gone. My favorite part is a walk-in closet. So it helps me kind of stay semi-organized. And they give you two robes. One of my robes is behind. I've been living in them robes, child. They give you some slippers, and you give a big one, you get a little one. I'm a Bigfoot person, so I use the Bigfoot ones. I have these small foot ones. If anybody wants those, it'll just take me like 3 months to mail them to you. I saw it. Look, I saw it. As soon as I hit the corner, I was like, whoops. This is allegedly a marble floor, but the thing is, or not marble, excuse me, it's a heated floor. The only thing about it is that whenever you leave the cabin, it will turn off on you. So it takes a while to heat back on. So you need to keep it all the way up to like the highest temperature. They'll give you some bath products, body lotions. Those are all my things. Half the products are to keep the Bohemian braids together. The shower, you get a little sit down area there. What else? You get some art, cute little pieces of artwork. What else? Big old bed. This bed is everything. And then when you walk, you see that? It turns on. When you just gotta step, it'll turn on. You get what is it? Plugs and lights on both sides. They're giving me my kick out papers here. Nice to see your shoulders given warm weather. I got a gift for being in the Explorer Club. And I got a couple gifts. They give you binoculars, which I should have used when we pulled in some of the islands. You get a huge TV here, which comes with some pre-programmed videos. Look, I'll do the thing again. You step, bam. There you go. You step and the light turns on. So those who got to go to the bathroom in the night. You get water. You get a whole like place setting up here. Look at that. What else? There you go. Oh, bookshelf. Y'all, I was so surprised. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God was in here, and I just squealed. Um, and then I'll show you the balcony. I gotta turn the light on. And then we'll get back into the comments really quickly. And maybe since I'm using my phone, maybe I can walk into. Okay. I got the child lock off the thing. One second. Production. Okay. And then you get a chase. And my balcony has this little lip over here. All right. So I'm going to sit back down. Let's get back into the commentary. So that's my suite. Which is, I think this is like the lowest of the stateroom categories. Some of the ladies who were at the solo meetup were saying, and can y'all hear me okay? We're saying it actually is kind of good to be on like, they like the location of like the 6th floor, or the lower floors versus the higher floors because we're close to more things. So yeah, let me get into the comments. One second. I have my backup phone. Turn this down. See what y'all are talking about. Make sure I can say hello to everybody. And you get 3 devices. So I can be on my vlog phone and my backup phone so I can see all the things. All right. Let me get to my live stream. And welcome in, everyone. Let's see. Gina World must be going somewhere. Hold on. Let me. Child, that little walk around the room got me a little winded. Uh-oh. Don't tell me. Uh-oh. The backup phone is about to be weird. Hold on. Might have to scroll for the comments. 1 second, y'all. Find the live stream. For some reason, it won't let me click on the live stream from this phone. There we go. Okay. I got y'all up. It's buffering. I gotta watch the commercial. Alrighty. And then we can say hello and answer some of the questions you have about Explora Journeys. All right, to the top, we have, who did I say hello? Hey, Jareeth, that's so, no, let me start from the beginning because I want to make sure I won't miss nobody. Team Reese is here saying hi, and Make Sure Adventures is here. I said hi to Ken Hill. I said hi to my cruising family. Oh, your sis Cassandra just became a member. Welcome to the C-Suite, girl. I have some content from my travel day that's going to go to channel members once I get back. So look out for that. Welcome to the C-Suite. Thanks for joining. Hope you found it valuable. Who else we got here? Drita saying hi. Cassandra said, hey, happy Monday. It's mad cold in Georgia. Mad cold? You sound like you're from New York. Back to work tomorrow. I was hoping for a 2-hour delay. Yeah, it's been interesting to watch who's going back to work and who's not going back to work. I know we ended up being off, but today Monday? Today is Monday. We were off today, but because I already on leave, I thought there used to be this rule that if the government closes, then I automatically get my PTO back, but apparently that's not a thing. So yeah, I don't get that day back. And I don't know what the status of the opening tomorrow is. Lisa T is here. Hey, YOLO. Lisa T says, yay, yes, in Georgia. Drove to Florida because didn't want to deal with ice. Yeah, no bueno. Seth Stones in the building say, what up, C? Hi, Seth. Thanks for being here. Oh, y'all are following each other around the YouTube streets. My Unmentionables made a cameo, apparently, while giving y'all a tour of that lovely room. Travel with peace as well. I'm jealous. So happy for you. Yeah. And who else is this? Hey, Murph. Big Murph's in the building. What up, Fox's Den saying, hey, nice color, see and glowing. Thank you. With the green on me? I don't know. Okay. So G Fox is the first question saying, how are the food options? So y'all, so I got on the ship on Wednesday. And y'all know, like, if I really like something, I'm going to have an immediate reaction. As soon as I stepped on board, like, literally didn't even get the welcome drink, like, hooked the corner, and I was like, yeah, I could be on the ship for 2 weeks. But as the whole thing kept going, or as this cruise has been going, y'all, I've been eating like two breakfasts, two lunch, two dinners. It's so much food, and the food is pretty good. It's very good actually. So yeah, every day I start with like the breakfast, and then I get like a smoothie, and then lunch, and then the Crema Cafe has this wonderful little chicken salad sandwich. Oh my gosh, the guy knows now to just put three on my plate. Then today oh my gosh, what did I eat? Today I went to the Emporium, which is their version of a buffet. It's similar to like Virgin Voyages, I guess, galley concept, I guess, except for all of these stations, like you can't pick up anything. But they have lobster on in the Emporium every night, like grilled lobster. So I decided to do that tonight because I was a little. They do have a rule like after 6 p.m. you need to be in. I think what is it called? Like resort elegant, I think is what they call it, attire. They have a rule like after 6 p.m. Like certain things you're supposed to wear. So I just decided to go there. Plus, I knew I was coming to talk to you all. So I just decided that I was gonna kind of go into the Emporium. But yes, all the food has been great. There are two restaurants. So there's the Med Yacht restaurant and the Phil Rouge restaurant, which is French inspired. Med Yacht is Mediterranean. And those are pretty much open every night. And then you need to make reservations at, what is it called? The Steakhouses Marble and Company and Sakura. So far I've done everything except for the $300 experience, which is anthropology. So yeah, thanks G for that question. The food has been, oh, and I haven't done room service. Well, I did room service in one morning, but I have not done room service yet, for dinner. So one of these days I need to lock myself in a room to have room service. But I did bring you all a present. I brought back, dessert. I brought dessert with me from out of the Emporium. So we're going to also have this as a snack. This is a raspberry cream pie, I believe. It looks like cheesecake, but we're going to see. And the desserts are amazing. Everything is like a meringue. So I am eating a ton. So yeah, I was like, ooh, I would love to do 2 weeks on this ship, but they would have to roll me out of here because it's all good and it's a lot. And they just be feeding you. And they just like, you want more wine? You want more coffee? You need another snack? And I'm like, yep. Give me all the snacks and all the wine. All right, let's get back into the comments. Thanks, G, for that question. And sorry if I'm not giving a whole lot of eye contact. I was going to go for my laptop, but my laptop is not holding a charge from the cruise plugs. So I decided to go on my phone. So I have to look at this phone and this phone for commentary. So my apologies. What is this? I need info on this. TJ Gary. Yes. So this is, oh, I'm sorry. I did not explain. I'm talking to you all like you all knew, which in my IG stories, I thought everybody knew about Explora Journeys, and I've been getting so many comments like, what ship are you on? What is this? This is Explora Journeys, which is MSC's, the Mediterranean Shipping Company's, what is it, luxury option. And I think it's well priced for like what you get. So as a solo, I paid $3,800, about $3,840 2 years ago. Well, I put my deposit 2 years ago on this, and then I think November was final payment, and I was right in the middle of the government shutdown. So I actually missed final payment, and they kept emailing me. And some cruises I'll just let go and like, oh, I can't go, can't afford it. And this one I was like, no, you're getting your butt on this ship, because I had went to a travel conference and met some of the representatives from Explora. And they were which is very interesting because MSC, you all know, like particularly 2 years ago, had that whole representation of not being very nice to brown people. And so the guy was like, chatting it up, had a really great conversation. And I was like, I am getting on this cruise ship, because they just went on and on about the solo option, etc. And I will say, even though it's an upscale experience, like so far I haven't done too many luxury lines. Regent has been the only luxury line I went to. And Regent, I kind of felt which I usually don't give a damn, but Regent felt like I definitely felt like the outlier. And on this ship, I am the outlier. There's me. There's a black couple from New Jersey who I talked to. I could be their daughter. And then there is one of the performers from the Chic or Chic, but it's four of us. I think I've counted all the black people, but I have not gotten that like weird, like you're black feeling, which kind of happens sometimes in this realm of some kind of like traveling. Everybody has been kind of cool. Even one of the officers one day, I was walking to the atoll pool and he was like, "How is your experience?" And I said, "I am like really enjoying this." And he said, "That is a good thing for us." I think they're really trying to target a younger demographic, like they're trying to market to, you know, um, like that 40 to 60-year olds. They don't want that super slow experience that you might encounter on like a Silver Sea or Regent, but they want to give you the upscale with more activities. So like today there was a F-150 simulator down in the lounge. They have like soul music pumping through the Astern lounge. Yeah, so it's not as sleepy as some of your more upscale or your luxury lines. And hello, if you haven't met me, my name is Carlene, solo travel extraordinaire, and I am live giving you my live review of Explora Journeys. So I hopped on a 7-day sailing from San Juan. We're ending in Miami, and I had stops in St. Barth's, Anguilla, Antigua, and I'm forgetting one place. St. Barth, Anguilla, Antigua. I'm forgetting one. I give up. So let me get back into the comments, see who's here. I think I stopped with somebody to the information that I needed to see. Where is this? So yeah, it's Explora, Explora Journeys, and this is Explorer 1. And their ships don't have fancy names. They literally go from Explorer 1 through Explorer 4. And pretty much they said that Explorer 1 and 2 are going to be very identical. They said you're not going to start seeing your nominal changes until Explorer 3, which is coming in July. So yeah, thank you, TJ Gary. Hey, Mickey, welcome in. It's ridiculously cold in New York. Yeah, I get off on Wednesday. I have a flight from Miami to DC, so I'm hoping all the backlog will be cleared, so I can get home. We shall see though. And apparently there's another storm coming, maybe Saturday, Sunday. Traveling. Okay, I do not like this wine though. Ugh. So they have their wines are from the Bordeaux region. I just opened this up. This is a bottle of wine that was in my room. So you get to pick your mini bar, and there's literally a list. He took it away. There's a list of like gin, bourbon, I'm sorry, gin, whiskey, wine, like whatever you want. So I just popped this open so I could talk to y'all, and the wines from Bordeaux have been terrible. Great ship, but all the other wines have been pretty decent, but the wine they put in the cabinet, ugh. Gina Zero says my office is closed. Oh, welcome to the membership travel with P if you're joining. G Fox says cheers, and it says it's vegan wine. I don't want my wine to be vegan. Like, Cassandra said she's from New York. Cool. Rich and Jazzy Life in the building said, "Hey, Carly, hope you are enjoying. I am thoroughly enjoying this experience." Now, I will say, like, so I got on Wednesday. It was a little rough at the start because when you talk about premium spaces or luxury spaces, like, you are expecting everything to hit. Like, boop, boop. Like, that's what teases out the luxury experience. It's not like your accommodations are usually going to be stellar. The food is usually going to be stellar. It's going to be the service that's really going to kind of differentiate, like, the experience. So there were a couple of moments on my first day that were a little MSC-ish. And when I mean MSC-ish, it's like sometimes MSC can bobble a little bit with its customer service. So what they were saying is that, initially for Explorer, they recruited people from the hotel industry. It was not supposed to be people who were like all being promoted up the ranks of MSC. But I will say it's kind of a half and half experience. And I will say, like, I probably should have waited to do this review until I got home because I got one more day and I know they might be looking at me like, "Hello, ma'am." But you can definitely tell who was promoted up the ranks of MSC versus who came from the hotel industry. And the hotel, like, people who came from like like hotel service are a little more crisp and pristine with their service versus like the people who kind of got, probably the highest of the ranks at MSC and popped over here. And it's no shade. It's just kind of, if you've been on MSC, you probably get what I'm saying. Just some of the small bobbling, like, for the solo meetup. It's only 5 of us who've been showing up, which is fine. But like, the lady was like, I told her like one thing like 5 times because she was like, I didn't see a reservation for something. And I was like, well, I might not be back in St. Barbara in time. And she kept saying over and over again, like, I was like, I just told you this. And it's like, when you have that level of service, you're supposed to remember things. However, it's gotten better. Oh, I got what was it? Was it the Dover sole? It's the one that they fillet at the table in front of you. Well, the mark of a high quality restaurant is if they can fillet that thing without getting any bones in it. And it was bones left and right. So I'm pointing out this very small things initially. It's gotten much better. And yesterday, almost like at Sakura, it was like they were almost stumbling over to make sure I was okay. So I'm not sure if the word had got out. I know my my vlog equipment is kind of sitting out in my room. But at Sakura yesterday, I mean, they kept over and over again, ma'am, are you okay? Is there anything I can get with you? How's your food? I didn't even finish something because Sakura is great. You get a lot of food. But I was getting stuffed and the guy was like, can we make that better for you? And I was like, no, like everything's fine. It's just literally I am stuffed now. So I will say like for the price point for what you get, it's definitely worth it. But like the clientele on here, like the ladies from the solo meetup, they sell Regent, they sell Silver Sea, they sell a lot of Seaborn. So they're connecting it to like that level. So when you run into the luxury space, those are the conversations you're going to start having of like, can you fillet my fish correctly? Or, how's the turn down service? Or did you miss a spot on my floor? Like it's going to become really, or can you remember what wine I liked? So, we're getting there now, but it was a little not bad on the rough start, but it was slightly noticeable in the sense of like that MSC versus hotel trained staff. Does that make sense? uh, Tara says, work, what is work, child? I don't know. The thing that pays the bills. MSC Richard says, the food is so good. Yes, the food is so good. I have not chunk checked anything except for maybe when I zip line and I'm eating it all. On the go, Yellow says, was that yogurt and berries you posted earlier on Instagram? What did I post earlier on Instagram? Oh, that was from the steakhouse. The thing I said I can eat every day and rest of my life, that was from the steakhouse. Their meringues are but yeah, that's called the Bon Fosse, I believe. I think I said that right. That was a dessert from the steakhouse, and that was really great. That I posted. Gina's Rose says, don't forget the chunk check. No, I don't. This is like so. This has been such a relaxing experience that like actually like working out actually stresses me out. I don't like working out. I press myself to work out for like health reasons, but so yeah, I have not chunk checked anything. And I'm not going to step on nobody's scale because I know if it's been a meal that's come through, I have not passed it up. MH Family Business says, have you visited Sakura yet? Yeah, so I visited Sakura last night for dinner and I got there at 6. I got there pretty early. So really great service at Sakura. They had so many items that I wanted. It was literally a case of eyes bigger than a stomach. And the manager came over. He thought that I like didn't like stuff, and it was like, no. The langostine rolls, I could live in those. That's another thing that I can like eat for the rest of my life. I had the lobster pad thai. That was good. I would kind of give so I get the langostine rolls 10 out of 10. The lobster pad thai maybe a 9 out of 10, but I'm not sure if that's a 9 out of 10 because I was literally about to pop or did I not really like it. But I was kind of picking at that. But I think it was good. It was just literally about the time I got to it, I was stuffed. I had the what are those called? The pork dumplings, but they're not called that. Dim sum. I had dim sum. I had edamame. I had a meringue thing for the dessert. So yeah, I had Sakura yesterday and it was good. It was really good, but it was just And then the sommelier was good too. But dim sum kind of had me. I mean, not dim sum. Sakura had me a little worried because it was just like it felt like I was being watched. Like every supervisor, everyone was just kind of. I'm not sure until the restaurant finally got packed, so maybe they just didn't have nothing else to do. But it just felt like if I didn't eat something, they were like, "Is everything okay, ma'am?" And I'm like, "No, everything is fine. It's just one I ate a dinner before coming to the dinner, and then now this dinner is super filling." um. So thanks for that question, MH. Big Murph says, C said, let me get my money worth out of these food options. I'm getting everything. I am leaving here with everything. Denzel said, leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with everything. So yeah, I've ate at all the venues, all the side venues. I did learn that Explora Lounge has snacks because one time, the only thing I can critique about the buffet or the Emporium, which is the buffet, is like if you have an excursion and you come back, it's closing at 3:30, and they're only going to have burgers, which you don't want a burger multiple days back to back. That's too heavy. I mean, it's other things like salmon, what are them called? Salmon cakes, and it's like 4 different types of like burger-ish options. But that's the only thing. But now you can't order room service. But that's kind of the only thing. Like I got back from an excursion and it was right at the time that it closed. Now one time, talking about good service, the guy was like, "Hey man, we're about to close," and I was like, "I gotta go wash my hands." And he went and told the pasta station, like, "Hold up 1 second." She's like, "She's coming," which was good. So like, I would say like maybe it was just maybe that first day because it was, turnover day, or maybe they're still learning every like what all the guests like and those kind of things, and maybe because everybody is rushing to the same spaces. Now talking about MSC ish, it was very MSC ish in the Emporium on the first day. Everybody was at the buffet, and it was a little crazy up there, but. Yeah, it's kind of settled. It's settled down. We've kind of settled in. So yeah, I like it. I would be back. You're paying about the same price point, at least for me as a solo. I'm paying about the same price point as I would be paying for like being on Virgin. Now it's not going to have it has activities, but I think the biggest thing is like you're not going to have as much like the different music kind of and the different performance options. But like my bill is still zero, and that's with all the eating and all the drinking. And yeah, it's very like relaxing, but they have some activities. It's a great ship to like sit and talk with people. Like if you have a group of folks who are gonna like sit down, meet at a bar, have a conversation, let's go have a long dinner, go to like the show or go to the karaoke, or um, they have like a silent disco, like those kind of things, then you'll appreciate this ship. But if you're expecting like high wire entertainment, and I think there's a musician tonight, there or not magician, or was that last night? There was a magician, a comedian. They do things like they have talks. Um, what else? Those kind of things. They have like a soul singer. They had like a movie review, music. So yeah. Um, who else we got? Lisa T says, it looks so elegant. Love the color scheme. Low key thought that was a bookshelf in the back. It is. That's a bookshelf. And I told you, and it's also like, what is this? I can't move those. But there's like little statues and stuff right there. And they got with a little bit of diversity going on. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God was on the bookshelf. So they and then one day I was sitting in like the Aston Lounge and it was just like soul music playing overhead. So it's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. I would like try to do this like maybe once every other year or something like that. With the mix of all the other things. But it's a nice pace. Most of their cruises are going to be between like 30, for a solo perspective, about 38 to 4,100, I think, for most of their like longer sailings. I think that's the one. That's kind of the price point. And then if you want to catch them a lower like deposit, so if you want like a 5% deposit, try to catch them like November, December. And if you want some insight and you want to find an agent who can book you, I can help you out getting on Explora Journeys and give you some insight about which ones you should pick. Because something else, like the people who were getting on from, let's say, Barbados, they were complaining they're on a 10-day. So I'm on a 7-day. The ship went to Barbados. The group of people before me are coming from Barbados. So they got on in Barbados. When they got to San Juan, they had to fully like disembark and get back on. Well, that was a whole, and they said it took like a long time, maybe a couple of hours to get everybody on off the ship and clear back through customs. So just be mindful of like, depending on the itinerary, your vacation might get a little interrupted with some logistics, because you might have to clear wherever you're coming back from. So just FYI, because they were kind of like, when I got on the ship, those people were a little whiny because apparently that day in Puerto Rico, it wasn't that they only had like one person coming clear, one or two people clearing, doing immigration processes. Who else we got? Let's see. Travel P&B says, I didn't know they had a dress code. Yeah, it's similar to Regent. So at 6 o'clock p.m., you're supposed to just be a little more like you shouldn't have on certain. They said like don't have on your beach type of shoes. What's the? I want to grab a program. I can't remember what it's called. It's like resort. It's not resort casual. Maybe it's resort elegant. But I would say the girls and guys are putting it on, particularly the girls. So I thought it was gonna be a little more relaxed. So boarding day, I'm sitting there because they will let you sit while you're waiting for your. They don't want you like they don't do lines for boarding. They try to minimize like the standing in line. So when I walked in, the guy instructed me to sit down. I would say some of the situation for boarding day was the San Juan terminal staff versus Explorer folks. So because the guy kept losing track of how he put us in chairs. And I'm like, sir, you got to kind of pay attention. Luckily, the demographic wasn't like, hooting and hollering about who was really going first. But so anyway, oh, I'm about to lose my train of thought. Oh, so I'm sitting there and literally like I'm looking at the bags. And it's like, there's YSL, there's Yves Saint Laurent, there's like everybody brought their Louis out, took them out of dust bags and brought them with them to Explora Journeys. So you do see a little bit of like that upscale kind of clientele feel. Like this is kind of the cruise that you might want to put, not everybody is doing it, but like even the quality of like the cover-ups and those kind of things, you notice. So, I mean, if you take it down a few notches, I don't think nobody's kind of dinging you, but people were definitely putting that stuff on, like putting it on. And in the evenings, like particularly like the solo ladies, like this one lady has her like lovely glittery blouse, like they're doing it up. So I wouldn't say it's not as casual as I was perceiving it to be. Oh yes, thank you. I also went to Tortola. Let's see. I'm just trying not to miss anybody. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I have to work from my phones because my laptop won't hold a charge with the ship current. Oh hey, welcome in Port Hole and Pixie Dust. They should say the ship looks amazing. Travel PNB says you might get it spoiled with Explorer. Yeah, I might. I can see me doing this like every other year. I probably couldn't do it every year because of all the other crap I have planned, but I can see me putting this back in the rotation for sure. Port Hole and Pixie Dust says, what's the demographic like on the ship age-wise? Age-wise, I would say I'm bad at this. 60 might be your average age. I think it's not super older. And most people who are older seem to be still like very mobile. But there is a good group of younger, like 45-ish. So I think that kind of makes it trend a little lower. I do know there was only 10 children on board. Two of the cutest kids too. There's 10 kids on board. One of the hosts was saying that the kids who usually come are he said there are some outliers, he said, but they are really well behaved. But yeah, there's only a couple of kids I see. I think a couple of older, like teens-ish. You really don't get to see them much. So yeah, I would say we're trending towards like 65-ish because there's some 40s and 45-year-olds who kind of get the trend down. Let's see. Steph says, I'm definitely jealous of you because you out enjoying your cruise life. and the weather is dumb right now. Don't worry, I'm coming back to it. I think I saw it was supposed to be 4 degrees in DC when I come back. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, y'all. My name is Carlene, solo traveler extraordinaire. This is the Monday meetup where every Monday there's some content at 7 p.m. where there's live stream or a video premiere. And today I'm live reviewing Explora Journeys at my own risk because I'm still in the ship. I got 1 day left. So hopefully hopefully I don't piss Explorer off too bad. Or if I come up missing, y'all, it's the Swedish mafia that took me out. Just kidding. Let's see. Going back up. I think Rich not present. Favorite location on the ship so far? Hey, Lisa T. My favorite location on the ship so far would be, I like that conservatory pool. That is definitely like the like a eye, like something that like whenever I'm there, I want to stop and sit for a little bit. And that's the part, it's like right in the middle, it kind of covers and uncovers. This is actually a good ship for Alaska because it has a lot of good, one, it's all suites. I mean, also everybody gets a balcony. Two, their blackout curtains work really well. So as you know, Alaska, it can be 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock, and the sun might still be up. And they have a good balance of indoor and outdoor spaces. So I would say the conservatory pool is probably my favorite spot. Good evening, Yola D. Rich and Jazz say, how are the movie selections in the cabin? Is a lot and is included like on Virgin? No. I will say Virgin has the movie in-cabin movie selection beat. For sure. But I think there are like 55 movies. When I'm scrolling, there's 55 movies that are in the, what is it called, lineup. But I would say like of the 55 to sit and watch at night, maybe like 10 piqued my interest. So like the first night I watched Clueless, then I watched Bullet Train. Him is on here, but I feel like I shouldn't watch that. And that's the one I gotta watch on the plane because it looks scary. But yeah, I mean, it's a good selection to like just turn on. But I definitely think in that department of the in-cabin movies, Virgin probably has them beat. But I was honestly shocked to see that they actually had preloaded movies. So thanks for that question. So yeah, you got 55. I mean, it's something to watch for sure. But I will give Virgin selection a little better. Poor Holes and Pixie Dust is the same pizza as the rest of MSC. You know what? I have not tried their pizza because there has been so much other stuff. And I will say, I think I'll put that on my comment card. They'll have a burgers whenever the buffet closes, but they'll shut down the pizza line or the pizza station. So I feel like maybe if we can do burger and pizza. But yeah, I honestly have not. Had a slice of their pizza, but I will give a tip. If you're on MSC, get the room service pizza. I think the room service pizza is better than buffet pizza on MSC. That's just my humble opinion. Now you're gonna pay a little $5, but it's kind of worth it. They bring it to you like in a hot and fresh box. So, T. Gary says, Chic who? Her name is Kimberly Davis. I think that's her name. And she's performing again tonight. She's done 2 solo performances. But it says she's like the lead singer for Chic. Margie Logan says, hey, are you enjoying the ship? Yes, I am. I would totally get back on. I would just go ahead and skip to Explorer 3 because I just heard Explorer 2 is the same as this one. And make sure I'm just telling y'all to hit the thumbs up. Yes, please hit the thumbs up to let the algorithms know you like it. On a Go Yellow says, it's not stuffy. No, it's not stuffy. But not stuffy at all. Like it wasn't like Regent stuffy. Oh my God. Regent is still the most overtly racist and inappropriate I've ever had an encounter on a ship. Hands down. Not that, but it's definitely upscale clientele. Of course I got to ask the question like, oh, where you from? What do you do? Which I find so interesting because I don't really ask people that question. I don't care what you do for a living, frankly. You might not get me asking you that until like 4 or 5 questions down the line. But I also get that on a lot of cruises. I feel like people just kind of look at me and they're like, why are you here? How are you doing it? But like, I don't feel awkward in the sense of like people are gawking that, I'm a black girl running out here by myself. Um, so I would say not stuffy in that sense. The people seem to be very chatty. So I went ziplining, and the folks were in my group were pretty nice. It was funny though. The only moments that I had that were the awkward moments had nothing to do with the cruise ship at all. The one first moment was when we got to the zip line, and I didn't realize, or maybe this is, I don't know if this happens with all lines, but I do notice with your luxury lines, there's usually a crew member who escorts you, or maybe I haven't noticed it with like Carnival or Royal, but I noticed it with Regent and I noticed it with Explorer. I'm trying to think, have I ever done another excursion that I noticed it? But anyway, usually there's a guide from the cruise company that comes with you. So when we went ziplining, I chose to sit in the front of the vehicle because a lot of times I'll get motion sickness. But anyway, so when I got out of the vehicle, the lady who was working for the zip line in Antigua, who was also, she was an Antiguan woman. She was like, are you the host?" And I'm like, "No, I'm cruising." And then when we were at the port in Antigua, I was walking around, and this British, I'm assuming British lady, or maybe somebody from the UK, she came around the corner and she asked me the price on something. And I was like, "I don't work here." So nothing to do with like the folks from the ship or the folks on the ship. But again, traveling while black, somebody's gonna have microaggression. But no, not stuffy at all. These people seem like they like to party, they like to talk, they like to chit chat, sit in lounges. There's this really cute things they do on the sky deck where they have like a DJ and they'll have a saxophonist and they'll play like soft techno music. That's a good vibe. And people sit up there and chat. Yoa says the video is pretty crisp and clear. Thank you, thank you. I think I skipped some things while I was running in my mouth. My finger was moving. Are they okay? I think I'm back now. Big Murph says, "How are the shows?" So the shows are gonna be pretty much like a couple of stools and they're singing. There aren't like, oh, there was a comedian. There's some talks where actually it was interesting. The person who was the host on one of my excursions, he was actually doing a talk. He like defrauded Cisco systems from like millions of dollars or a bunch of money for like 10 months. I won't say millions. I don't know how much. But he's on this cruise doing a talk. So they do that, and then like tomorrow he's doing like another talk to kind of follow up on the one that he did today. They'll do like excursion talks talking about the stops. So it's not the like heavy props and dancing and people flying all over the place and pyrotechnics. It's literally like their vocalists that they have are on point. The musicians that they have are on point. But the shows are gonna, and I think there was a did I say a magician? But yeah, so it's gonna be pretty much that, like something to sit and be entertained, but it's not gonna be a whole lot. Um, Steph Stone says, "Are the excursions they offer any different from non-luxury cruise lines?" I would say it's the same stuff that they're gonna offer. I did one cruise excursion. Ziplining was a cruise ship excursion because I had $165 on board credit. That was something like, because of my agency consortium, I was able to get a credit. So if you book for me, you'll probably get some on board credit. So I booked that one, and I'm guessing like the zip line, it was something that I also saw in like shore excursions group. So the only difference is sometimes cruise lines can be, and I'm going to kind of speak generally about this one, can be very particular about who they select as their partners. I think would be the difference. So since I think like, again, price point wise is similar to Virgin a little bit, but just not as hype as Virgin, way calmer, more relaxing and wellness focused with good food and drinks. Like Virgin is very particular about the excursion that they pick. They want to be like, you're immersed in the culture. The companies that they pick are given directly back to the given directly back to the people, the local people. I don't know if like all cruise lines are very meticulous that way. So I will say like it seems like, And also, before I get off topic, a lot of times too, particularly your other luxury lines like Regent, sometimes like their cruises, I mean, their excursions are very like heavy with walking, not super strenuous. But I don't think it's like anything that makes it like severely different. I just think like who the cruise line chooses to work with is sometimes like the big what is it called difference between the excursions. So thanks for that question. Anisha reminded me that I went to her home country of Tortola. My bad. Yeah, I went to Tortola, but then I hopped over to Joost Van Dyke and the BVI and British Virgin Island. I kicked it there. That's why I couldn't remember. Sorry, Nene. Murph says yes to good portion sizes. And they'll give you seconds. Want to go with Yellow says yes, that's it. Okay. Mary Range, it looked good. MH Family Adventure says that's exactly what I had. The rolls and pad thai, so good, yeah. And it was filling. It was definitely filling. Like I don't know, Sakura, you're gonna want to eat every. They have like a bunch of places you want to eat. I actually enjoyed the steakhouse, which frequently I don't, but I enjoyed the steakhouse. William, hi William, says how much of an upgrade is Explorer to MSC Yacht Club? I'm not sure because I have not done MSC Yacht Club, but if you want a good comparison, go over to SIG, the solo cruiser, or SIG if you're in the